Are you going to sing together?
No, I would love to sing with you. Would you like to sing with me?
You don't sing?
I don't sing. I did sing, but that's not why I married Michael.
What if the most meticulously calculated, revolutionary performer in global music history was actually hiding an incredibly sharp, completely unfiltered comedic genius?
Look. The police pulled him out. What was he doing? He was doing a Jackson dance. He was doing all that. Every time he starts, the police pull him out. Every time. He can never get on a roll.
Directly beneath his legendary stage persona. While the world remains deeply transfixed by Michael Jackson's unmatched vocal ranges, historic choreography, and absolute multi-billion-dollar pop music dominance, there is a fascinating forensic archive of behind-the-scenes footage, rare live broadcasts, and candid home videos that reveals an entirely different side of the King of Pop.
And economic development.
Behind the intense, high-stakes perfectionism of his global tours lied a man with a wicked sense of humor, a brilliant instinct for slapstick comedy, and a razor-sharp wit that could completely disarm the most hardened journalists on the planet. Today, we are opening up the archives to analyze the hilarious, unscripted moments that show Michael Jackson was just as masterful at making the world laugh as he was at making it dance. We begin with one of the most famous, completely unscripted instances of physical comedy ever captured during an intense, high-profile television interview. In 1993, during a live, globally broadcast conversation with Oprah Winfrey at his Neverland Ranch, the entire world was tuned in to dissect the eccentricities of the global megastar, but the tension was completely broken when Oprah asked him to demonstrate his iconic dance mechanics in his dance studio. As Michael casually stood up in his loafers, he began to drop into a flawless, improvised groove. Oprah, attempting to match his energy, tried to imitate his signature footwork. Michael stopped dead in his tracks, stared directly at her feet with a look of pure comedic horror, and let out a high-pitched laugh, completely roasting her coordination on live television. This wasn't a rehearsed bit. It was a flash of intuitive, physical comedy that showed he never took his godlike talent too seriously when interacting with friends. This quick-witted, teasing nature was even more prominent when he was in the recording studio, surrounded by his closest creative collaborators. During the legendary high-stress production sessions for the Bad album in the late 1980s, legendary producer Quincy Jones was pushing Michael to his absolute physical limits to capture the perfect vocal takes. In a rare behind-the-scenes archival clip, Michael is seen standing in front of the studio microphone, delivering an incredibly intense, aggressive vocal line. Suddenly, mid-take, he completely breaks character, drops his voice into a hilariously exaggerated, overly dramatic operatic baritone, and begins singing ridiculous, made-up lyrics just to throw Quincy off guard. The entire control room erupted into laughter. Michael possessed an innate ability to recognize when the atmosphere in a room was becoming too tense, and he masterfully used self-deprecating humor and vocal pranks to keep his production teams relaxed and energized. Before we break down the rest of these incredible comedic archives, if you want to uncover the hidden human moments behind the biggest icons in pop culture and dive deep into the unscripted history of music royalty, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on your notifications so you never miss a deep dive analysis, and let us know in the comments your absolute favorite Michael Jackson song or memory. Moving further into his candid personal files, Michael's love for elaborate, high-effort practical jokes is legendary among those who lived with him. He treated comedy like an active, competitive sport. On one notable occasion during his global Dangerous tour, he discovered that his close friend and personal makeup artist was terrified of harmless house spiders. Instead of avoiding the subject, Michael spent hours working with his security detail to source a hyper-realistic, remote-controlled mechanical spider. During a quiet, high-stress pre-show prep session in his dressing room. Michael covertly activated the device, sending it scurrying directly toward her feet. As she let out a massive shriek and jumped onto a chair, Michael collapsed onto the floor, kicking his legs in absolute childlike hysteria. He took immense joy in basic classic slapstick humor, frequently engaging in massive water balloon fights with his managers and throwing entire pies into the faces of his production crew during tour wrap parties. His comedic timing was equally lethal when dealing with aggressive, invasive media journalists who tried to catch him off guard. During a globally televised press conference in the mid-1990s, an arrogant reporter tried to corner him with an incredibly long, convoluted, and heavily loaded question regarding his personal lifestyle choices. Instead of getting defensive, showing anger, or offering a rehearsed corporate answer, Michael stood at the podium, patiently waited for the reporter to finish his 3-minute rant, paused for a dramatic 5 seconds, and simply whispered a tiny, high-pitched, completely monotone no. The entire press room exploded into uncontrollable laughter, completely deflating the reporter's aggressive trap with a single, perfectly timed syllable. He understood the power of silence and brevity in comedy, using his soft-spoken voice as a tactical weapon to completely control the room's narrative. We also see his incredible comedic genius shine through in his legendary home videos alongside his closest celebrity friends, particularly his chaotic adventures with the iconic actress Elizabeth Taylor. The duo shared an incredibly close, protective bond, but they were also notorious for constantly bickering like an old married couple for the amusement of their staff. In one raw, unedited home movie, Elizabeth is trying to give a serious, heartfelt speech to the camera to thank a charity organization. Michael, standing directly behind the camera operator, begins making ridiculous, distorted faces and performing exaggerated mime routines to break her concentration. Elizabeth tries to push through, but eventually breaks down, throws her shoe directly at his head, and screams his name, while Michael sprints out of the room, giggling like a mischievous schoolboy. He loved breaking the rigid, polished illusion of Hollywood royalty, finding immense comfort in pure, unscripted chaos. Ultimately, looking back at these timeless comedic moments completely redefines how we view the King of Pop. He was not just a tragic, isolated figure trapped inside a multi-billion-dollar bubble of fame. He was an incredibly vibrant, self-aware individual who possessed a profound, joyful understanding of human nature. He used humor as a shield against the intense pressure of global scrutiny, transforming his private world into a theater of laughter, pranks, and genuine human connection. By analyzing his perfect comedic timing, his willingness to look completely ridiculous for a laugh, and his sharp, disarming wit, we get a much clearer picture of the complex, beautiful humanity that fueled his legendary art. If you found this entertainment audit valuable, make sure to like the video, share it with a fan who appreciates the true history of pop music, and subscribe for more deep dive cultural analysis. Sign off and keep finding the joy in the unscripted moments.